Welcome to the Daily Dose of Dopamine with Robert Cochran and Susan Scarlett. Diving into which piece of this puzzle?
I would say that the good rap for everyone to look at if you're coming to us first on this episode is customer service and communication and the use of improvisation and improvisational skills to get you into a compassionate communication, which we feel is beneficial on multiple levels. That's practical for businesses and for all businesses listening right now. This is the type of training I could bring to you. This experience. Because the story is what leads us into this place, right? Stories are what inform us. And that's why we're telling the story.
Yeah, for
right?
sure. So I was just about to ask you to color that in for me, but you just did.
Right. So anybody who hasn't watched this, go back. There will be the previous 3 episodes lead us into this, what I plan to be the final. So we're in the unknown, right? The company has agreed to elevate this to, district manager, yada, yada. They're going to talk about it. I don't know.
This conflict, this
correct
place where you guys
They've heard me. They don't necessarily agree with me, but I feel like I've been heard. The concrete contractor is going to come this afternoon and tell me, here's what it's going to cost. And that's a sunk deal. So I'm in a place of, because I want this to go forward, my decision is to say, pay the concrete contractor to go forward. Let the company know, I think you're liable for this, for all the reasons I laid out, and let them respond. My heart of hearts says, hopefully they say yes, and they can just take it off my bill, charge me less because I still owe them. My concern would say, they say, no, not our fault, which leads me to my next default position, which would be to say litigation, small claims court, for what I anticipate to be $2,000 to $2,500, $2,000 to $2,500 worth of work is what I'm guessing. So that's where I'm at. Thoughts or feelings about any of this process from your side?
Oh, it's just so sad to imagine that that's the only solution.
If there's something in between, by all means, pitch me. Because trust me, I've gone to small claims. It's not fun, even when you're right.
Yeah. Well, I will. I mean, I am going to pitch you something, Robert. I have recently been really delighted to have the concept of the platinum rule presented to me.
Oh.
So I can almost imagine you finding a way to have a conversation in which you would bring this up. You know me, I'm the one that was willing to ask my doctor to play a game with me, in which you would say, so you probably heard of the golden rule, right? Do unto others the way that you would have them do unto you. That would be the golden rule. The platinum rule would be do unto others the way that they would have you do.
Which is compassion. That's, yeah.
Yeah, it's not what you want. It's what they want. And then I would say to them, think of this from my perspective. And maybe highlight just a few of the things, but to try to work it out with them is where I'm going before
breaking out the big guns and declaring. Yeah, no, I agree. It's
and that's your style and that's your instinct, but that's like a tool that I have since that concept was introduced to me about 10 days ago. And then I started reading, of course, on the internet. There's lots of stuff about the platinum rule. I see it all over the place. It doesn't happen. People don't do it. And that's the difference, I think, between sympathy and jumping right over empathy to compassion. It's not happening.
So I love that. And tying this back to everything we do, the importance of it, we play games that are consistently making the other person look good, right? How do we get into their space and saying, what would they want? Not what we would want for them. What would they want? How do we know that? We know that by listening to them, by hearing what they do and saying, what you did was great, and I'm going to add on to that. That's how we exercise the platinum rule. We listen and we add on to what they say.
They want, right? That's exactly what we do.
I love it. That is a great summation. And thank you for this beautiful exercise. This has been your Daily Dose.